Hi guys. So tonight I want to have a conversation about being a stay-at-home mom as well as practicing holistic health and becoming certified in all these things and what drove me to that beyond the fact that I've always kind of felt like a holistic type of person even as a young child. I was very empathetic about just animals and plants and things of that nature. My face is shiny because I do have a overnight mask on. So anyway, I want to first speak about being a stay-at-home mother first because it just makes sense to me. So being a stay-at-home mom, that was a choice that I made before I even had children. I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mother and things of that nature. So it's not a position that I am in and I'm just feeling stuck in because it's actually my choice to be a stay-at-home mom. And it's been such a joy for me. It's been ups and downs. I do have a 5-year-old and I have a 2-year-old, so they're both in those ages where they're discovering everything and everything is so fresh and new to them. And that can be a handful, but that's also a blessing because then you get to pour all the greatness into them at these very tender ages. So the importance so why I've always felt like a holistic type of person. Like I said, I've always been very empathetic about plants, animals, and just the earth in general. I've always been like very curious to find ways to better yourself that wasn't the standard cookie cutter way. So I've always kind of been in a holistic lane, even as a young child, all the way to my big age of 34. And so, anyway, why I pursued becoming a holistic practitioner and the entire list of things that I am becoming certified in and getting my advanced diplomas. And it's taken some time. I've been in school for some years, but it's a joy because I'm constantly seeing and receiving advanced diplomas and certifications all the time. So it's been a joy, but it's important when you are a stay-at-home mom or parent in general. It's important for your children to see you strive for something. And I know that we're like, well, being a stay-at-home parent is something. You're molding this person, these kids. You're molding these people into great people, and that's sometimes being a stay-at-home parent. It can You can land there in many different ways, but if you're choosing to be a stay-at-home parent, or if you didn't choose and now you're in that position, continue to work on yourself, continue to grow yourself, continue to discover yourself, continue to mold yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, in every way. Continue to do that because your children seeing you do that is such a great motivation to them. I can say all day I chose to be a stay-at-home mom and that should be enough. My children should feel inspired by that. Your kids are always watching you. They're always watching you. This is why they copy off of you and repeat things that you say and things of that nature. So they're always watching you. So if they see you not being motivated, although being a stay-at-home parent and being active in that role it's definitely a job within itself, and that should motivate anybody because it is a handful. But your kids, they look at you, you're their parent, you're supposed to do this, so they don't see the exercise that it is to mold them and to grow them. So it is important for your children to see you push forward in your person and for them to see the growth in you and to see you studying, to see you, whatever studying is in whatever field you're doing or whatever you're doing, it's important for them to understand that I'm working towards something. That keeps your children motivated as well. I do it all the time. My kids, I'm doing homework throughout the day, literally every day. So an hour here, 30 minutes there, a couple hours here while they're playing or painting or something, especially during the summers. I completely take advantage of the summers, but during the school year as well, it's important for them to see you move forward. So my children, they see me writing all the time, reading, I'm listening to lectures, I'm going to the herb stores, I'm making this, I'm making that, I'm making tinctures, I'm making gummies, whatever it is. Excuse me one second. They see me working forward towards something. So when I'm like, mommy's doing homework, they already know to give mommy a little bit of time. And so it's important. So me going into the holistic healthcare field, it was a no-brainer for the type of person that I am. I love to heal. I love to learn things that are organic, natural. I love health. Not saying I'm perfect in my health, because I am nowhere near perfect in my health, but I love learning and growing into this very healthy person. And so it was a no-brainer for me in my life to be able to heal people naturally. I also have children, obviously, so I want the best for them. I want them to live and be mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, physically healthy people. So holistic health is all of that together. And so it was a no-brainer for me to become a holistic healthcare provider, because I have my own unit and I need everybody from my husband down to my youngest child, as well as myself, to be a whole person as much as possible. So that's the role that I decided to take in my family, is to become a healer within the family, so we can always have a way to heal ourselves. We don't have to look to the hospitals all the time, or constantly making doctor's appointments, or constantly giving our kids medication. I am a healer, and I am a certified healer. And not only am I a certified healer, I'm so much more. I'm a life coach. I also study cognitive behavioral therapy. So I'm working on my second diploma in cognitive behavioral therapy and practices. I'm also certified in mindfulness. So everything everything that someone would need outside of the home, I became that within a home. Not saying I know everything and I can do everything, but I'm going to try my damnedest to be certified in almost everything. You guys are going to think I'm a crazy person, because if you see the list of things that I'm getting certified in, it's crazy. And that's another advantage in being a stay-at-home parent. You can take that time and better yourself to better your family. And that is literally one of the greatest feelings, to be able to comfortably stay home. I'm raising my kids, I'm bettering myself to better the entire cell of the family. And that is a very, very good feeling. On top of, I'm hoping this would become lucrative at some point. So it's just a win-win. So when you become a stay-at-home parent, take advantage of that time. Do not just, and it can be hard. There will be times where it feels like 6 months before you could find the perfect rhythm to fit yourself in that rhythm comfortably. That is completely normal. Or you can be one of those people where it takes you 2 weeks or whatever. It's going to take time for you after you have a child. And if you become a stay-at-home mom and you're like, hey, I do want to utilize this time to better myself, don't feel like after you have your baby and you become a stay-at-home parent that you're just going to fall into a role. Some women do, some women do not. And that is completely normal. If you have to find a rhythm, it took me some time to find a rhythm as a stay-at-home mom. And then when I did find a rhythm, I had another baby. And then there was a totally different rhythm that I had to find, because I have 2 children. And then when I have another child, I'm sure I'm going to have to tweak some more things, but you learn some core things as a parent, and as a stay-at-home parent, you learn some core things that just works no matter how many kids you got. So, yeah, I just wanted to speak about being a stay-at-home mom and how it's important for your children to see you striding to be a better individual, not just a better mom or a better dad or a better whomever. They see you bettering yourself as a person. And that is that like takes your child like up here, because they're gonna carry that on. They're gonna carry that on, and they're always going to feel like bettering themselves, and or they're always going to know that bettering yourself is the key. It's the answer. And yeah, so that's all I wanted to speak about tonight. And I just wanted to, motivate some people. If that is what you're looking at, becoming a stay-at-home parent, and you're like, how will I do this, or how do I go about this, or it could be nerving, because it is so much time. It is so much time, especially when you get a rhythm and you're like, wow, I found this chunk of time after I made a schedule, and the schedule just works like that. It is a lot of time, and you got to fill that time with bettering yourself. And wherever you can find that time, it doesn't matter if it's in the morning, in the middle of the day, at night, just figure out how to make some time to better yourself, and make sure you're displaying within your family that you're bettering yourself, because it's important for your kids to see that. And it makes you feel like a wonderful parent. And who doesn't like parent cookies? We all want to feel like great parents. So yes, that's all I wanted to talk about, and I hope you guys watch this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, bye.